Good morning, Paterson. Good morning. Come on now. Hinchliffe Stadium, our history has been that field has helped level the playing field in this country. In fact, in the 1930s and 40s, when African Americans were excluded from playing in Major League Baseball with their white counterparts, they had a home here at Hinchliffe Stadium. The New York Black Yankees, the New York Cubans, they all called Hinchliffe home. And in keeping with our legacy of breaking barriers here at Hinchliffe Stadium, we are proud to welcome Paterson's newest home team, the Jersey Shore Wave. People are still trying to absorb that there's a tackle football team comprised of all women. In fact, when I first told people, and I couldn't contain my elation, Congresswoman, they said, "Is it a flag football team?" And I quickly corrected them. I said, "These ladies wear helmets, just like Patrick Mahomes does. And they wear shoulder pads like Saquon Barkley. In fact, I think you could beat the Kansas City Chiefs and the Philadelphia Eagles." So you're better looking than them. I don't know if you're going to be in football. But nevertheless, we want to tell you, we're happy to have you as a part of this homecoming. And what's important to note is that young women can watch you from the stands and want to one day be like you in the field. Thank you, Curtis. Thank you. So we are riding the wave in the city of Paterson. And I can't wait to do the wave while you guys do your thing at Hinchliffe Stadium. And Congresswoman, this is right up your alley because you fight for it on the federal level in Washington. Diversity, equity, and inclusion has come under attack. And we're not going to name names, it's not worthy of being mentioned today. But today is a victory for diversity, a victory for equity, and a victory for inclusion in the city of Paterson. And at this time, I want to call forward a young lady who has emphasized the importance of DEI, none other than my beautiful wife, Farhana. And I don't want everybody thinking my children play school, they're locked again.
Yes, indeed. So this stadium here is sacred space for a lot of reasons. Not only was it built during the Great Depression in the 1930s, but because it provided a space for people who were not welcomed elsewhere. Whether it be African Americans, women, whoever you may be speaking about. When you look back in the 1930s, 1940s, 1950s, spaces, other stadiums would never host the level of diversity that Hinchliffe welcomed here in Paterson. And so I'm so excited that we can continue this trend. And back then, they didn't call it DEI. We didn't even need it. The term, unfortunately, right now has become something that a lot of people don't want to talk about, but guess what? We're going to say it, and we can create our own terms if we need. But it is so inspiring to see so many of you here today. When I heard this was coming, I was so excited. I run a Girl Scout troop. I've got my kids here, so 2 of my Girl Scouts are right here. And what's important about this is just being an inspiration for them. For the girls in our city, for the girls in all across northern New Jersey, you're going to be an inspiration, and we're so excited you're here. Thank you so much for choosing Paterson. You won't regret it.
And my wife will appreciate this. Very often when we're out as a family, people will see my son, Aiden Kennedy, and they'll say, "Look, he could be the mayor someday." And I have to remind them that I have 2 daughters who are older than him. They could be the mayor as well one day. And my 2 daughters can play professional tackle football in Paterson as well. With you, the Jersey Shore Wave. Not just yet, not just yet. But they tackle each other. So our next speaker is a superstar. She represents us in the 11th Congressional District. A pioneer and trailblazer in her own right in the Navy, as a pilot, and then went on to be a federal prosecutor, and now is a congresswoman and can make history in her own right as the next governor of the state of New Jersey. Ladies and gentlemen, joining us today, we're honored to have her, Congresswoman Mikey Sherrill.
To be here today. I often think about the trajectory of women in sports in this country because I see it in my own family. My mom never played organized sports. She played kickball on the field at school. I played organized sports, but I played with, quite frankly, a lot of dads who coached who had never even played soccer, and on fields that weren't quite as nice as the boys' fields. At times that weren't really quite as competitive as those times where we got all the crowds out for the boys' games. And now I watch my daughter playing. She plays soccer with the same coaches as the boys have. She is every bit as tough as any one of them. She has always been raised in sports to believe that she can be competitive and tough, and that's a goal that she sets for herself. And in her growth in sports, I have seen why sports are so incredibly important and why we need to demand that everyone has access. Because I watch her learning to be competitive. I was sharing with you guys some stories of how she doesn't always want to shake people's hands at the end of a tough match. She doesn't always think that everyone's exhibited good sportsmanship, but I remind her it's on her to set the example. And so these are the lessons. Sometimes she gets mad at her coach. And I tell her, well, you better figure it out, right? Or you're not going to be playing. You know? You need to learn these interpersonal relationships too. So sports is something that should be open to everyone. And for too long, we have seen access blocked for too many women. And so that's why so many of us are so proud to be here. I wish my friend Billie Jean King was here today. We just worked to pass the gold medal award for her because she was somebody and is somebody that has fought so hard for women in sports, and she would be so proud of you guys. And I'm going to send her a text. I'm going to take a picture and send her a text to tell her what we're doing today, because this is exactly what she's worked to create in the world, this team right here. And it's why you all represent hope for so many of us, to see how far you've come. And as you heard, it's a tough time to build hope. I sit on the House Armed Services Committee. I entered into the Navy as the first class of women where the combat restrictions were lifted from ships and aircraft. It is because of that that I was able to be competitive in the Navy. It is because of that that I was one day able to run for Congress. And now I sit on the House Armed Services Committee, and now I hear things from our Secretary of Defense about women not being able to serve in combat, about women not being able to be competitive, about women having a secondary role in society. And so that's why this is important too. Because here in New Jersey, we're taking a stand. We're showing that that's not how we feel. That we can compete at the top levels. That we can have a women's tackle football team, and we can show everybody just how tough we are here in New Jersey, and what better place to have it than here at Hinchliffe Stadium, which has always represented the fight for opportunity for so many people. So I'm thrilled to be here today. I am thrilled that all of you have stood up and decided to do this. It gives us all hope. So thank you very much. Thank you.
Another round of applause for our Congresswoman Mikey Sherrill. Our next speaker is a strong supporter of every initiative we have pertaining to investing in our youth. We've actually invested over $116 million in improving our public spaces, whether they're parks, playgrounds, or athletic fields like Hinchliffe Stadium. So ladies and gentlemen, an athlete in his own right. You can see he's a bodybuilder. Today he was bench pressing 650 pounds with one arm. Our council president, Alex Mendez.
Good morning. Definitely, let's put our heads together and welcome our journey short way into the city of Paterson. This is indeed a phenomenal pleasure to be here, and also on behalf of the Municipal Council, we welcome you into the great city of Paterson. There's no other better place than this stadium, because this place represents diversity. And in Paterson is the most diverse city, one of the most diverse cities in the state of New Jersey. We over 52 nationalities. We can never stop fighting for diversity and inclusion, and we feel proud and excited to have you here and to call Paterson home. And I'm looking forward to come here and enjoy those future games, and let's continue moving Paterson on the right direction. Thank you so much. You're welcome.
See what I mean? You call him the Incredible Hulk. He's about to burst out of that suit right now.
That's right.
He's so animated. I like that, Councilman. You're motivating me right now.
Absolutely. Dominican style.
Speaking of motivation, this morning we were on together for an interview promoting the Jersey Shore Wing and your arrival here at Hinchliffe Stadium. So ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for the team owner, Dawn Sherman.
Thank you so much for coming and expressing your interest in what we're doing with the Jersey Shore Wave. So as you have been hearing, this is a women's professional tackle football team.
Yes, yes, come on.
And for me, it's really an honor to get to be involved with something that's so important in terms of what we're doing for female athletes, for women more broadly, and also the opportunity to be here today. So women's sports are certainly getting a ton of attention. I think everybody can agree to that. But the fact remains that general recognition of sports being played by women, the game attendance and pay equity are all still lacking. And we are on a mission to change that. So that's what we're doing. Professional women athletes are role models for other women and girls. They demonstrate that sports provide opportunities, they build confidence, purpose, and give meaning to people. And our athletes, many of whom you see here today, we have great turnout, so thank you, team. So the women who are here, they are your family, friends, they're your colleagues, your neighbors, and more importantly, they're all active, participating members of the communities that they're part of. They are teachers, police officers, college students, graduate students, members of the military or military veterans, 911 dispatchers, postal service employees, scientists, New Jersey transit train conductors, bankers, marketers, social media experts, authors, podcast hosts, and more importantly, every single one of these women and the women on our team are involved as volunteers in their communities. So they are giving back. These women coach youth sports, they volunteer in underserved communities, and they donate their time to groups that need help from them. So now what we need is the communities to support us as we're building something truly special in New Jersey and the surrounding areas. So you may not have realized actually that our team is comprised entirely of volunteers. From management to our coaches to every single player, everybody is volunteering their time. These women, they're putting in the work on and off the field. They're doing it for the passion for the game. They're doing it because it's something that they love, and they're playing tackle football. All right, so we're looking for the communities to rally around us. We need businesses to sponsor our athletes and get behind the team. We need 10,000 fans to fill these.
Yes.
And we need fans to buy team gear. Look at how great our uniforms look. We're going to have merchandise on sale. We want people representing the wave. All right, so you can find ways to get involved with our team via our website. All the things I mentioned, plus all the history of our team, is at jerseyshorefb.com. You can sponsor an athlete, you can donate to the team, you can buy game tickets. By the way, we're going to be hosting a huge tailgate at each of our home games, so get involved with the tailgate. You can buy merchandise, and you can even sign up if you want to volunteer to help us out as well. And so we're really fortunate to have the opportunity, clearly, to be playing at such a historic and amazing stadium as Hinchliffe. So we have a lot of pride, and if you were here a few minutes ago, you probably saw all of our players out on the field taking some really cool photos with the scoreboard. We are definitely excited to be here. The community clearly getting behind us, the mayor, and everybody else who's turned out here today. We are here to make history, and we are very excited to get to take part in the rich history of this community and Hinchliffe Stadium. So come see us when we take our place on the field on April 5th, which is our season home opener. We're going to be playing America's most loved sport of football. So again, join us at the season home opener and come ride the wave.
Yes! We're going to ride the wave on April 5th, April 12th, and May 3rd. I've committed your schedule to my memory. I'm going to be there with my Jersey Shore Wave shirt and my Paterson pom-poms. What do you think? I am the cheerleader in chief here in the city. Also want to let you know, and this is sort of a point of pride, that there is a Patersonian on the team. In fact, she starred at Kennedy High School in basketball, track, and she was a cheerleader in her own right. Then went on to college, and I swore her in as a police officer in 2021 here in Paterson. That is Monet Clancy. And my wife and I are proud to sponsor Monet Clancy. So that was a call to action right there. Speaking of which, I had the pleasure of speaking to this young man, met him for the first time. He looks like he's straight out of Central Casting. Put your hands together for the president, Jared Burko. Come on.
Just want to thank everybody again for being here, the mayor, Hinchliffe, Paterson, the local community, and thank you for your interest in our team and women's professional football. I've loved football my whole life. I've always wanted to be involved, and I can't think of a better way to kind of get my start in being involved in football than supporting this team of strong women here as they take the field at Hinchliffe Stadium in Paterson and hopefully make some waves in this league and across the country. So as a small
So what you did there?
So as a small token of our appreciation to Hinchliffe, I wanted to present this 2025 Jersey Shore Wave jersey to hang in the museum upstairs.
Yes! Gentlemen, did you get that? Okay.
I'm sure.
Sorry. One more round of applause for the...
All right, so again, just wanted to continue on the tradition of this stadium and what it means, and we really aspire to continue breaking down barriers. And as the mayor alluded to, as we've said before, the stadium has had a lot of history, and we'll continue that history by bringing women's football to Paterson and Hinchliffe Stadium. And again, we're planning to fill these stands with 10,000 fans, and we need the community's support to make it happen. So please join us, ride the wave, visit our website, buy tickets, merch, sponsor some players, the team, and just continue to ride the wave with us. Thank you.
Upstairs, there's a movie we'd like to show. It's called The Comeback, and it's appropriate about how we brought the stadium back and how the city helped integrate America through sports. So stay tuned for that. When anyone asks me in full disclosure about what my favorite football or who my favorite football team is, I'm a Giants fan. It's not popular these days. But now my new answer is, when they ask me, Mayor, what's your favorite football team? I'm going to say the Jersey Shore Wave. And he wasn't on the program to speak, but in football parlance, I'm about to call an audible. Because We had a professional baseball team that plays here as well. And this is their 3rd season. We were able to lure them from Little Falls, Surrey. They played for 25 years at Yogi Berra Stadium at Montclair State University. But now, Hinchliffe Stadium is the home of the New Jersey Jackals, and we're joined by their general manager, John Hunt.
Ladies and gentlemen, for those of you who don't know me, again, my name is John Hunt. I am the general manager of your New Jersey Jackals. We play right here at Hinchliffe Stadium. And I get questions all the time about the Montclair days. Like, why did you move? Why would you want to go there? Why this? Why that? We are proud to be playing in this stadium, and we are proud to have you guys involved, you ladies involved, in playing at Hinchliffe with us. But I wanted to share 2 things. I have ties to the words wave, and I have a daughter who does something a lot like what you all do. First off, my email address, my personal email address, believe it or not, is ridethewave13. And that's because some of you know that I had a heart transplant. That's not what this is about. But before that, I owned a radio station on the West Coast called The Wave, 105.9 FM, The Wave, and that's where my ties to The Wave go. I also have a daughter who's a lawyer and a women's professional wrestler climbing the ranks towards WWE. So I just want to say, I fully understand what you guys are doing, and I absolutely volunteer as much support as I can give to this team as I can in any way. Whether it be contacts around the community, helping with marketing, I'd love to work with you guys in any way we can. You guys start while we're working on spring training, and we're excited to have you here at Hinchliffe. So, Jersey Shore Wave, welcome to Hinchliffe Stadium.
I can attest to what John was saying as far as his daughter is concerned. She was wrestling another woman right here at Hinchliffe Stadium, and John, unfortunately and inadvisably, stepped into the ring, and his daughter's opponent body slammed him. That went viral. John, don't do that again, please. Nevertheless, I do want to acknowledge that we have our deputy mayor here, Maria del Pilar Rivas. Thank you. Our corporation counsel who played college football at Fordham, and his brother was in the NFL for 11 years, Eamon Abushi. We couldn't have been here without a young man who stepped up, had the courage to say, this stadium has been fallow for too long. For 26 years, this was empty, it was abandoned, and it was unfortunate. An eyesore. School 5 is behind this stadium, so for a generation plus, students were looking outside their windows and seeing decay and decline, not the type of symbol we want people to see to represent our city. But now they're going to look out, and they're going to see that this is a symbol of our strength, a symbol of synergy, that teams like the Jackals and the Jersey Shore Wave come together to make more memories at Hinchliffe Stadium. But it couldn't have happened without a young man with a vision, who believes in the power of partnership, who understands the importance of municipal government and a private-public partnership. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for the gentleman that brought Hinchliffe Stadium back to life, Baye Adolfo Wilson.
I appreciate it. Thanks a lot, Mayor, and thanks a lot, Congresswoman and Council, and all of you, that you're here. And I'm trying to figure out, do I talk about this in the context of being a girl dad or as a stadium boy? And I think I just have to do both. Like the Congresswoman, my mother was an athlete too. She used to play basketball, and she said back then they were only able to dribble 3 times, and they had to pass the ball. This is like the 50s, 50s and 60s. And my sister also, she was an athlete, and she was able to play. She played basketball well, and my daughter played the college volleyball. And so to just sort of see the sort of trajectory in the people that's in your house, right? Like your mother, your sister, your children, that you guys are sort of taking this to this level is important, it's inspiring, and it's historic. And so I just want you to know that we appreciate you, because you're doing something that is inspiring, not just sort of the old people who are here, but the sort of the young kids, the young girls and boys who are looking at you and saying, I can do that, I want to do that. Because I think it's so important when we talk about Hinchliffe Stadium that we talk about the history of it. And the person who I think about the most on that is Larry Doby. Larry Doby's from Paterson. He's the second black baseball player to go up after Jackie Robinson. But what I think is really critical is that Larry Doby was living in Paterson when the New York Black Yankees and the New York Cubans are here, and he's in high school. So he's able to come down here and watch a game. He actually signs up and plays professional baseball as a 17-year-old. But all that happens because it's happening in his community. He's able to dream that he can have this life and attain that life because he's able to walk across town. He's not even have to walk across town just to come to games. So there's going to be young girls who are going to be like you, who are going to be future professional football players because they saw the Jersey Shore Wave play in their community. And that's inspiring for me. So we appreciate you. You're in this long history of players like Larry Doby and Satchel Paige and Josh Gibson who are Hall of Famers. You're in that tradition. And we also have high expectations for you.
Yes, we do.
Thank you.
You've probably heard enough from me. And we want to hear from you. We want to hear from the Jersey Shore Wave. We want one of you, but all of you to come forward and one of you step up and speak. I think Monet Clancy says she's from Paterson.
Yeah!
So I'm going to ask the members of the team to come forward with one question before you come up. Who runs the world? Girls. You know it. Come on up here. Let's go. Come on, guys. Don't be bashful, please. Your time to shine. But please, that Yankee hat, I'm a Mets fan. Please take that off, please.
Hi. I wanted to speak today. I don't have a voice. My sister goes to Virginia High School here, and they're doing their county games, so I've been screaming all weekend. If any of my team members would like to say something after me, I'm just going to keep it short. We're excited to be here. It's an honor to be on this field, as I stated before, for my grandmother who passed away and my mother. They were a part of the John F. Kennedy High School marching band, and they were able to perform on this field. So just to follow behind their legacy, I'm excited, I'm honored, and my team is excited and honored to be here. This is one of the greatest opportunities we can get, and we will not let you down. Would anybody like to second anything I said?
Yeah, come on. It's
First time from the defense.
Come on.
You know, defense wins games, but I'd like to say thank you to the mayor and the city of Paterson just for having us here, especially the owners. We couldn't have been where we are today without them. All right, they had a vision, and we're just here to make sure that vision comes through. Also, speaking on behalf of women, I understand where you come from as well. I'm in the military, and it takes a lot for us to make it to where we need to make it to it, but to be here today and be able to stand on a platform and show our athletic ability, our education, anything that we have that we put and we step forward to do, that we're allowed to do, that we are here because of you all in the community and for us being able to strive and work towards something we want to do. So I want to say thank you to everybody that's here, and of course thank you to the owners for making this vision come through.
Yes.
Diversity, inclusion, and just to support the younger generation. Specifically, the WNFC is partnering with Dove to empower young women for body positivity. I believe it was 40 to 45% of women stopped doing sports at the age of 14, just based off of body issues and not feeling comfortable continuing a sport because of their body. So we are trying to be the face of that it doesn't matter where you come from, what you look like. You got talent, you got something behind you, especially when you have a community behind you. You got a lot more to offer than you think. So we're just trying to be the face of that, empower the younger generation, and just be a voice for those that don't have one. Yeah.
I can see us change the moves from the stands there. My wife's a marketing executive, and when I first became mayor, she says, you got to rebrand the city. This is almost 7 years ago. And what are we proud of? Well, we say Paterson's the home of the great falls, great food,
Yes.
and now, great football. And appropriately enough, the Women's Football National Conference, their version of the Super Bowl is called the 9 Cup, in honor of Title IX. And so one day what I envision is the 9 Cup being played here at Hinchliffe Stadium, and the Jersey Shore bringing the championship home. All right, so I'm inviting everybody to come upstairs and watch the movie. Oh, no movie? What happened? Oh, shucks. Can we move them out of there? Or? Even the movie theater? Okay, take a rain check on that movie. Thank you everyone for joining us, and let's ride the wave. Wave! Ride the wave, let's do this.